Okay, I safely put my cat away. It's like outside my bedroom on the ground floor. My thoughts are just jumbled, but all I can say is that I think Kuro Games made a brilliant decision to kind of like collab with Cyberpunk Edge Runner, because it's it has a good story, like to the very least. And I know that Kuro's into that, and the story is like really touching, and the technicality is amazing. So I would say that Cyberpunk Edge Runners has the same quality with Wuthering Waves. Great technicality when it comes to visual and animation, but also like great story. Because like I don't think, I mean, some people might argue that 2.2 story is not great, but like sure, but like it touched the heart of many people. um I don't know, I feel like looking back on like David's trajectory, if you will, right? Like very, very unfortunately, I would say that his fate is kind of sealed. I mean, it's not, but like he had to like stay alive, and like he made his decision. I'm just so broken. um like how the heck am I supposed to word this? Like, well, David made his choices, right? And like he was literally a kid. Because he was like what, 17, or like if not, like he was like 18, and that's like a really, really young age. I think like not until you went past 25 when your brain is finally like fully formed, if you will. And I hope your brain formed well. um like you look back and you realize how freaking young 17 and 18 was for me anyway. And like he made his choice, and he got involved with this crew who essentially allowed him to live, right? Because like one guy to live, like again, his mom died, like what else is he supposed to do? Like he needed to live. But like the life of the people on the runners, like on the edges, you know what I mean, like in on the edges of culture and society, if you will. Like they have very little choice, and with the way that the city is structured, I think in like Cyberpunk, I think very little people stands chance. I think like the whole point is that the city is unfair. And like the whole shit also, like I think they made some really like bold like narrative decision, if you will. Like I keep saying, like, I'm sorry, with I'm going to draw a parallel with how like they kind of deliver the same sort of like plots with Wuthering Wave 2.2 main story. I'm sorry, I'm just really sad. I know that it's just anime, but like it's really good, and I do have some point I would like to deliver. So with like a 2.2, like we went through the same journey, right? We met David and we met Lucy, we met Akathia, and we met Cantarella, and Rover is also there, and like we basically bonded with Akathia a lot. Like we got to learn about them as people, and then at the end of it, like they had to go. Like they had to go because it was the only way to move forward, right? And like that kind of finality is of course heartbreaking. Like you have to do it even though you don't want it, because you have to save something, which I think is a very human quality. I'm also referencing to the Blade Runner 2049. Is it the one with Ryan Gosling? That's like the end. Not like not the end, like close to the end of the movie, in which they're saying that dying for a cause that you believe in is a very human quality. It's something along that line. So with Kachathia, like we as the rover had to like quote unquote kill her, because she is the resonator of the Thenodian essentially, and in order to like release Raguna from, from the Thenodian thread, like we had to kill her, which which we kind of did. But like at the very fucking least, I don't know, I think like Kuro would like upset so many people if like Kazuya just like fucking died. It would make a great point, but I think personally I'm on the team, like I'm thankful that she didn't, because she deserves so much happiness. If her life was like, created by Thenodian and then like die, a very generally youthful death, because like Kentara's what, on her 30s or something, so like that's not time for you to die, girly, like you still have what, 60 years to live, I know that because Kathia's like still a teenager, because like she didn't time doesn't really flow inside where she was. So like I'm thankful that Katia leave, like continue to live, right? But David didn't. Motherfucker. Like, it's a very complicated cobweb of like greed, just trying to survive, betrayal, and like all that. But also like through it, I think like, okay, let me just say first that David Loki had to die because he had to save Lucy basically, and he couldn't go back anyway. Like it's just so many. I would call it wrong steps, but like it's not necessarily wrong steps. It's like the steps, step that led him there. For example, his trust, his belief to Lucy basically led him, get to the point where he was, like using, the last like addition on top of Sandevistan itself. So, like all these choices led to essentially his death, but it's not like he could go back anyway. Like the moment he chose to wear that Sandevistan and the moment he chose to kind of like join this crew, like his fate is just kind of sealed, in my opinion. And that's extremely tragic, because he was so young and he's still so fucking young. Like he kind of like sped run life as well. I understand that to so many people, well, to like many people, like having a partner, having sex are like, kind of like milestones of life. I don't think, like they're great. I'm not gonna as someone who do like romance and also someone who likes, well, sex, like they're both great, but I understand when you're so much younger, or like when you haven't had the experience, like they become like really meaningful and novel. And like David had both of them, with Lucy. So like, I wouldn't necessarily say that he found true love, but I would say like it's very, very close to it. I love and like I think the other fantastic thing about Lucy is that even though like she was literally like low-key grown in a lab, if you will, for some bloody fucking reason he chose to trust and believe in David. Like this is a girly who was never attached to anything or anyone, you know what I mean? Like if you understand kind of like childhood developmental theory, like that's massive. Like this is a human being, low-key, who has never been like emotionally attached to anyone, but she chose David, even though like halfway in the beginning, because like she kind of betrayed him and gave him up for a bit. But like she still like trusted him. And I think like the closing statement, I would quote Nietzsche again. Well, this is in this Spake Zarathustra, which I've never like read myself. Let me just like see if I can find it online. Monster Nietzsche. I'm doing this with one hand, so it's not as fat. Nietzsche. My God, I'm still in freaking shambles. I hope this is like the right image. Like it's the one, with the, it's the one with the abyss one. So it's basically about kind of like low-key, like blind trusting in a way. But like I also have like a literature for that, if you will, because I just think this is like, this can make like a really really freaking compelling narrative. And it had oh, I can't find the whole. I can't find the whole code. Oh, this is so frustrating. Give me a sec, you guys. I can't really edit this because, I don't really have like the mean to edit it, and like I enjoy it this way anyway. Oh, I can't find it. Okay, maybe I need to like Google this because I'm in Ecosia right now, which is kind of like my main. Give me a sec. Oh. Well, I can't find it. Because like I initially found it on like Pinterest. Okay, a sec. Okay. Oh, wait, that's not it. But while I'm trying to find like the whole quote, because I know I do want to read it in like real time and whatnot. It's, if like the Gottman therapy, like the Gottman couple, they have this sounds so adult, but like it is what it is. Like they have, like really like, scientific research, if you will, in marriage, and basically how to make, how to make a relationship long lasting. And they wrote alongside Brené Brown about how, you have to running wholeheartedly into heartbreak. I think that's the term. Did I just like find an entirety book of like the Spake Zarathustra I done? I don't think I did. Okay, so I did find it. Like this is a third part from, where is this? Cambridge University Press. That's interesting. So it basically, like the quote kind of said that, but you have always been so. Always you came trustingly to all that is terrible. You wanted to caress every monster. And John Gottman and Brené Brown's writing is called Running Headlong into Heartbreak. So it's just like that choice, like to trust people. And I think that's true / genuine vulnerability means, because like you don't know whether people will betray you. That's kind of the point, like you trust them, and they have the power to betray you, but you trust them, and that's the only thing that you can do. And in this case, like, I mean, David's kind of like raised with like, a very kind-hearted mother who, truly wanted the best for him. But like for Lucy, that's another story altogether. And that's why I think this story is so compelling to me, because against all odds, Lucy decided to like trusted David, and that really paid off, because because then she found another soul who's just kind of like, perhaps like almost mirroring her, and like she got this, I suppose like it's an adventure of a lifetime. You got, if you're if you're lucky and you if you work for it, I guess you can also have this kind of like adventures of a lifetime with like people who are really special in your life, and you go through all these motions of emotions. And when you look back, some things can end really tragically, and like again, stories ending pretty freaking tragically for like Lucy and David. But like she got to meet him, like she met him, she experienced some time with him, like they shared their dreams. And like David's like, I don't have anything left, really. Like everyone fucking died. It's just like I'm so upset about. I'm not going to lie. Like Main's death. Oh, fucking gutting. But also like he went so far trying to save everyone, which I think is like also a very compelling quality of David as well. This that, and then like he went off the rail. Like it was too far. He went too far, but I don't really see any other path, like to him. Like I can't. It's just how it's fated. I would say, in a sense. And then like of course Lucy's dream became David's dream, because like David, maybe like he was too young to have any dream. Like he didn't even want to. He didn't even want to climb the Arasaka ladder, if you will. And like his mom died, and then he's just kind of like just trying to live. But Lucy had a dream, and she fulfilled her dream. And the way that she fulfilled her dream to go to the moon is by meeting David. It's so poetic. But it's just like so fucking heartbreaking. I can't do this. Like when the song started playing, when like David just like started battling this dude. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm terrible with names, but like, and the song's playing, and then Lucy's also like trying, like, David, you can't do this, don't fucking die. But David very well knew that his time had come, and he very much was like dying in her own term. And then of course Lucy like went to the moon. I'm actually, I don't know, like I really hope that we got like Lucy Resonator in 2026, and like hopefully his story kind of like goes from there. I mean, like I don't know about like getting like David's Resonator, because like he kind of like canonically died, right? Like I would love like for them to be happy again, but I guess we shall see. Because like if not Lucy and David, who else is gonna be, right? Because like with Devil May Cry, you got both Virgil and Dante. So but yeah, I'm going to stop rambling right now. But like I cried so much. I had to like take off my glasses because like my eyes fucking hurt, and like it's foggy and everything. But I gotta fucking handle this. Okay, but yeah, marvelous anime in my opinion. Can't wait for the collab.